I was really just at a low point and couldn't stop using on my own, and felt like it was the only thing that I haven't tried yet was going to inpatient rehab. And I just woke up one day and was just like, it's time to go, and was fully committed to going and just put my 2 feet in and just went straight into it. I was calling around and got reference to this location, and I was able to connect with Nina really well. We're both from Mira Mesa, so I felt like I really connected with her a lot, and the way that the outline of this program worked, it was something that I was very open to, and I just wanted to come here as soon as possible. I had to really understand my disease, and what I was going through was something that, I realized that was totally unmanageable. I think the whole time that while I was using and kept making my mistakes, I felt like I could always give myself an opportunity the next time to get it right. But I think the one thing that I really learned was that, like, it's okay that I can't manage my disease, it's totally okay. And I think the thing that you have to think about after that is just how do you fix it. And I think coming to Coastal Detox really showed me that there is a life outside of using, and it's just about, networking, staying connected, meeting people that share the same vision as you and want to get the same amount of help that you want to do. And I don't think you can get that on your own. Like, you can only really get it at a treatment center. And I've learned so many useful tools that I still use to this day, and I honestly would not have learned it if I didn't come to Coastal Detox. Yeah, I think the most memorable outing that we did was the whale watching one.
Yeah.
We went out to downtown and we went whale watching, like, out in the ocean, and we saw hundreds of dolphins. We did see a whale too, and going to Balboa and, like, seeing the garden, and seeing all these things that you can do, like, actually sober. And it's like you don't really know unless you do it, but when you're using and you've been using for years, you kind of really don't know anything other than to use while you go out and do stuff, so it's like going out to events and outings on the weekends was just truly a nice wake-up call to show you that, like, you don't have to be under the influence to just be around good company. And I think having those outings on the weekends is truly, like, a blessing. Like, it gives us opportunities to, like, go out and know that we can do this. We had a really good dinner when I first got out. I was able to actually sit around my family and feel no anxiety. Like, it feels good to just have normal conversations and actually remember a lot of these conversations. I've been golfing on the weekends with my friends. Went bowling too not too long ago. So it's just, it's just knowing that you can really do have fun without being under the influence of something. And you're never really gonna know unless you try it. And honestly, like, it feels good to remember everything about the outing. Like, I don't have to worry about, do I need to call an Uber because I can't drive, or, like, man, like, I gotta take care of my friend because he's under the influence. Like, it feels good that everybody can be on a sober level and actually enjoy the moment this time around. I've been using since I was 14, and we just never really on the same page. And he was an alcoholic himself, so it went from him being an alcoholic to yelling at me, and then now I'm at the age where I'm yelling at him now under the influence. And for the longest time, we just always had our differences, and it wasn't until I finally came into inpatient rehab that our relationship finally started to get better. He's 10 years clean, like, to this day. So I think seeing that I actually chose to come here myself and not be forced to do something or do something I didn't want to do, like how he normally would want me to go about my life, kind of control a lot of aspects of it. I think him seeing that I chose to come here and I wanted to actually get help myself and continue this new way of living, that our relationship is finally so much better now. Like, we finally talk every day. Like, I don't feel anxious when I'm around him. Like, I feel like I can be myself. And the only thing he wants is just for me to be sober. And I really don't have any desire to ruin the great relationship that we have right now. know, if you're thinking about it, then I think it's time to go. You know, I think if you're questioning it and you're not sure if you are, you know, when you're feeling those kind of things and you know that you're at a bottom where you just can't stop yourself from using, then I think that's when you really got to go. Like, you know, you don't want to think about it for a day or two and then back out of it. You know, if you're thinking that your life is like so much in danger where you can't stop, then I think it's truly the time to go. Like, you know yourself better than anybody else on this planet, and when you start having those thoughts about going, then I think it's time to go.